Please don't quit on us, guys. We love the show. Only 20-year-old Zoomers who don't even have money to donate need that high energy fake bullshit.
I don't even quit.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not
this morning, and I said, well, instead of going out all and why don't we just thank everybody? And you're like, I got wings back. I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, I don't want to go anywhere. I want to make. Look, Keemstar is an incredible entertainer. He's a great draw to the show. Obviously, every time he can get in here, I want him in here. That's fine. Okay. Beyond that, this show doesn't have to have him. Look, I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful that Keem has helped me pay my fucking rent. I'm grateful for the lifeline. I'm grateful for the fight. I'm grateful that he wanted me as a engagement. I'm grateful for all that. Okay. Stupid fucking delusional me. I thought me and the gnome were becoming friends. I thought we were going to be friends.
Ha ha ha.
How fucking stupid am I? How fucking stupid am I, huh? When he put out this tweet, yeah, when he put out his tweet, he's like, "Oh, it's the happiest I've ever been. I got the girl of my dreams when I was surrounded by family and friends." I thought he counted me and you amongst the friends. And then meanwhile, he's still fucking mad that I had a number one. I should have never talked to CoffeeZilla to begin with. It was a joke, CoffeeZilla.
Who told you that?
Of course you fucking did. Much less the second time. Then in this, by the way, CoffeeZilla records you without telling you he records you.
That's not
Name
true.
a YouTuber does that.
He told me.
No, he did in the first time. But before you hit record, tell people you're recording.
How did you make this about CoffeeZilla? I mean, don't you? Talk
I'm just
about
saying,
this?
because the whole thing Keemstar said he was mad about is that I told CoffeeZilla he hadn't paid us for the month yet, and I didn't know how much it was going to be, and I couldn't count on that income.
Keemstar said you hadn't been paid. Period. Not.
And again, Keemstar also said that I told him that Rich was on the Sunday show when I obviously I wouldn't fucking say that. Keemstar's easily confused, apparently. Take your Alzheimer's medication.
I think he needs glasses because there's multiple. Like just now, I go, "Where are we doing the show at?" He goes, "Yeah, the show's in 15 minutes." I go, where are we doing the show at? Where? Yeah, like he like the other day when Grace was trying to get his address to go to the party. I go, "Hey, King, Grace wants me to give her the address. Can I give her the address?" And he goes, "Why the fuck you giving people my address?" It's like, you can't read?
Asking permission.
I think it's up to us to figure out if we're going to dictate our money or not. I just think it's crappy because Keemstar obviously is still the biggest pool right now, and I think it's a bad timing. Like, even if he gave it to October.
Well, Tommy's going on vacation.
Yeah.
What, this is going to be me and you talking about McDonald's for 2 fucking weeks? And it sucks because
he basically had his apartment in an abandoned lot 2 acres down.
It sucks because I had a good fucking time, and I thought me and this motherfucker were finally going to start being on at least friendly terms, like friends. I'd like to be his fucking friend. I guess that's not a thing that's going to happen, and that's fine, Keem. But I fucking like you. I actually started liking you during this trip. I've always liked you a little bit, but during this trip, I'm like, man, he's a cool guy. I like his fucking. I get the swagger. I get the bit. I understand why you are the way you are. You're a fucking redneck.
You can tell Boogie's known Keemstar the least of all of us.
That what I what?
You could tell that you've known him the least of all of us.
I've known him for like 12 years, and he's always been pretty much this. But man, I thought this trip was where he let down the guard and decided to be a person.
Sorry.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So I had some time to think about it because I was on Team Boogie here for a second, and the time I sat there and thought about it, I'm like, okay, so he makes us go out there. We spend all this money, and like regardless, the show's picking it up. The show is basically cutting my own money. You know, it's not like anything else. Like the show is like that profitable. Like it can eat a $2,000 bill.
What about doing 2 live shows a week? That's been suggested by both people internally and externally. And just leaving the live shows up for people to see. A recorded show.
That has to be the play. But the only problem is I don't want to get rid of Pollard.
Huh? You don't get what?
You just don't want to pay him to do nothing?
No, we could do something. I mean, like Pollard's a great guy.
Yeah, he is. He's a very good editor. But what's he going to do?
We figure something out for him to do.
I mean, I guess he can still do shorts. He can still upload it to the Spotify and whatever. I don't even know if we make money from those. So I don't even know it's worth the effort.
It's not even about money with shorts. It's about like exposure.
Not shorts. I mean, like uploading it to Apple TV or Spotify or whatever it goes
exposure to. Again, it's ease of access. It's like if you go to like a place to buy something, and they don't take MasterCard or credit card or debit card. It's much harder to buy the items that they have.
That's
so
true.
you want people to have as many accesses to platforms as you can.
That's true. It is what it is. It is what it is. Keem is going to Keem, right? He's gotten better throughout the years. I'll give him credit for that. You know, whatever. You know, all I'm going to do, you know what, right now, I'm going to remember that this is the guy that called in and checked on me when I was at my worst, and I'm just going to remember that. I remember this guy set up the fight when I needed the money. This guy set up the podcast when I needed the money. I'm just going to try to fucking remember the good, right? And then it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Anything else, guys?
Tommy
wants
you to add him.
Adam. He's already in. He just jump in the Discord. We're in live.
Look your direct messages. He has to jump into the live chat. I'll do it.
Yeah, just hop in live.
We're ready to go. There he is.
Oh, this is where we're at. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I didn't understand how to join that. Let me turn my camera on here. All right, so everyone seems to be confused on why I'm upset. It's only a 30-minute stream that I did yesterday. I thought it was like crystal clear. First of all, here's the problem with the trip. All right, Boogie, you had to go meet 10 BO smelling fans, right?
No, 200, and I had to get paid to do it. It covered
them. I seen the picture you posted on Twitter. Did you forget there's a picture?
Yes, that picture was for what was in line at that one moment. I was there for 8 hours each day, and there was a constant cycle of people.
I'm sure.
There was.
And that was so important.
Ask any fan that was there. And yes, it is important because, like you said, this show might not be around forever, but I've had a 5-year-long relationship with Austin. He pays me to go on 3 paid vacations a year. I already burnt the bridge with Retropalooza for this show, and I didn't want to burn the only bridge I have left. Is that unfair?
It wasn't important for you to be there. You guys wanted to come early to make the content, and I said it's impossible because I got to get ready for the party. So look, it was impossible. You guys are only here for fucking 2 days. It's impossible to get the content done. So
I came for the party. So
I'm like, okay, well then let's just celebrate the successful show that we have, Local Live. It's been a successful show. And then as you're on the way here, I get a call from CoffeeZilla where you told him you don't get paid for this show.
No, I told him that no. Here's what I told him, Keem, and you know this. I told him I had not. I literally showed him in that phone call the receipt where you paid me on the 31st of the previous month. So there's a 0% chance that that's what he said to you. And if he is, he's a goddamn snake lying to your face.
Okay, so now you're going to
showed him. Yeah,
okay, first of all,
conversation,
one minute. Just stop for a second. First of all, Wings' volume is low. The chat's been spamming it, so turn his volume up on Discord. And they're saying my thing is low. So turn the fucking shit up. Fix it. So
don't turn mine up, Tommy. I'll fix mine.
Now let me finish my sentence, please. In that same conversation with CoffeeZilla, he wanted to see receipts for my income for the last 30 days. I showed him a receipt where you paid me on the 31st. So there is no way that CoffeeZilla was even remotely confused as to whether or not you have previously paid me. What I told him, and what I'm certain that he must have told you, unless he's a snake, was that you had not paid me yet for the month. I did not know what you were going to pay me because we were deducting money from the trip, and I didn't know how it was going to work, and I needed every dime in my bank account that I could to make sure that I could do the traveling and pay my fucking mortgage and pay my medical bills and pay for everything else.
A whole ton of fucking words. A whole ton of words. But CoffeeZilla didn't just tell me that you told him that you weren't getting paid from this show. He played the fucking recording because he recorded you.
Then what? Then I understand that. Do you think people can edit things to be a little bit out of context?
Oh, come on.
Because in that same conversation with Coffee, I sent him a receipt where you had paid me 28 days earlier. So it is completely illogical for that to have been
said. That's a bad argument. I'm trying to teach you, buddy. That's a bad argument.
It doesn't matter. That's the reality of it.
It's not,
the reason why CoffeeZilla wanted to call me and speak to me is because he wanted to find out if you were getting paid for the show. Because after the conversation, he
can't be that retarded because he just saw a receipt. He just saw a receipt.
Let me finish what I'm saying. After the conversation with you, he was led to believe that I was not paying you.
Then he's goddamn retarded because I literally texted him a receipt where you paid me.
And I heard the recording and you said, I'm not getting, he goes, are you going to do the right thing and refund this 10K back to the people or whatever the fuck for the crypto scam? And he said, I can't, that money's gone.
Because I'm not getting paid this month I don't know if I'm getting paid this month. That's what I said.
Oh my God. So this is why I'm pissed, people. He's going around and telling fucking YouTubers that I'm not paying him. Now here goes the second thing with Wings. All right, Wings. I heard about this cost this and that cost this and this cost this and oh my God, that cost this. I didn't hear about, oh my God, I got a fucking check for like $2,000 this month. I got a check for fucking $2,100 this month. I haven't heard you talking about the money you making. All I've heard is about the money that you're spending. I don't get it. You should be grateful for this show. But then last night I see you on a stream like painting this fantasy that I'm scamming you. It's like, what the I got Boogie over here telling YouTubers that I'm not paying him at all. I got Wings painting a picture that I'm stealing from the show. What the I have a right to be pissed, and nobody's grateful.
First off, you had already left the show by the time you heard this clip. Let's not pretend this. Like, this is something you're like putting in after the fact.
Well, leaving the show is like a loose term, right? I'm always going to be working behind the scenes. I'm just not doing these live streams anymore.
Yeah, what happens on the 20th, by the way, and Tommy's on vacation?
I'm working behind the scenes. I'm just not going on camera. We'll figure it out. By the way, I hear Jordy wants to start doing streams, but this show has a serious problem. It comes down to the little details. I sat here and watched the beginning of the fucking show, and at no point did somebody say, Wings, turn your fucking camera on. Like, you guys don't care. You don't care. He's sitting there in the fucking dark. No one gives a shit.
My light just fell off the wall like during
No one gives a shit. No one cares. Oh, sure, I'll be a guest on the show. Maybe I have to cover when Tommy's gone or something. But I can't be doing these live shows anymore. I'm not supposed to do the live shows. And honestly, I think moving forward, you don't need the editor. Maybe the editor takes less pay and he does like the shorts and stuff like that where you do need an editor.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Just go live. What's the point? Those fucking Sunday shows, the views are going down and down and down and down and down and down and down. You might as well just go live and keep it up. All right. Go live on fucking Tuesday or whatever day we do it. I forgot at this point. Go live on Sunday with a guest, hopefully, right? For like an hour. And then just, during the live streams on the Sundays, I would go out of my way to make sure you're not talking to the audience. So like treat that one different where you're not interacting with chat, right? This is my suggestions for the show. All right. No more fucking... no more hiding the live streams, just keep them public. I think this is the best way moving forward because the videos themselves are not helping the show. The only thing that's helping the show is a fucking live stream.
Okay. Two week? Done.
Yep.
Done. Easy.
Rod.
And then that's obviously...
That'd help me because we do them back to back now. We do the live show, then we record the regular show, and I always have like a bankruptcy of like jokes in between them because I burn everything on the live show, got nothing for the next show.
I'm bringing a buddy onto the show. You are not gonna fucking like this.
Yeah, I didn't think I would. Still showed up anyway.
How you guys doing tonight? What's going on? Yeah, how's it going? We can see you. You guys look fantastic.
What kind of guest is this?
Turn it on. I mean, some of you. Don't be so friendly.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my God, we're on. I'm not X. Okay. We don't need him. Don't worry about him. Yeah, you're not. You can say whatever you want, and it's gonna be like, please said it. All right. Are we good to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
You're good.
Okay. Boogie2988, you are being confronted tonight.
Go ahead.
I am 99% sure that you are faking.
No, don't move.
You are faking your cancer diagnosis, Boogie.
Okay, let's hear that.
Let's hear that.
Did the doctor ever tell you, or did he ever say the word cancer?
He said polycythemia vera, which is a form of cancer, as he explained it to me. And no, it is not secondary polycythemia, which is Nicholas Diorio's explanation for this bullshit.
So I think it is secondary polycythemia.
Well, then
can you
why
explain?
Why would he call it polycythemia vera? Why would he tell me that I have hormone markers in my blood that tells me I have polycythemia vera? Why does he order a bone marrow biopsy to confirm it?
Well, if he ordered a bone marrow biopsy to confirm it, it would be weird that you told us that you already had a diagnosis and a confirmation.
Because the markers are in my blood. The hormone markers are in my blood, Destiny.
Correct. But you said that you'd received the diagnosis, but now you just told me you got a bone marrow biopsy.
It's a diagnosis, and now we're confirming. It's called a confirmation. The hormone markers are already in my blood.
Yep.
And
so I think
we are confirming it with the biopsy because I'm wanting to do that, because I'm praying to God I don't have cancer.
He doesn't care.
I'm praying to God I'm taking the 1 in a million chance that they're wrong, and that there's another reason that I have the hormone imbalances in my blood.
Yeah. Why are you praying to God 2 years after you said that you have cancer that you don't have cancer?
Because 2 years ago they told me I have polycythemia vera based on the fact that I had increased red blood cell counts, increased hemoglobin, and the hormone markers in my blood, and it all spelled pretty definitively that I have this. And so he wanted to get a bone marrow biopsy, but it is intrusive and expensive, so they decided to forego it. I would like to still get it done because I am hopeful, I am praying that there's a merciful God of the world that would be willing to let this be wrong, even though it most certainly is not.
So why are you talking about expensive cancer treatments if they don't even know if you have cancer? That nothing has been.
They're treating it, dipshit. Because they've been treating it for 2 fucking years.
How are they treating it, Boogie?
Blood test, blood thinners, bloodletting, medications. They're trying to get my weight down. I'm seeing the doctor every 3 fucking months. I'm doing blood tests every fucking month. We're doing it.
So they don't know if you have cancer or not. So can I understand
this?
Don't
hold my fucking hand.
Sure. So I mean, I can explain. So I can explain everything, right? So Boogie has a condition called polycythemia, which means there's an elevation.
Polycythemia vera.
Let him talk, you fat. I want to hear the guy that actually knows something.
Polycythemia vera.
Destiny, go ahead.
He knows more about my fucking medical
yes, I guarantee. Well, he's
go right the fuck ahead. I was in the fucking room. My girlfriend was in the fucking room, and they told me
you are filibustering.
Destiny. Go right
you are filibustering, sir.
Be nice. Be nice. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead. Okay, so I think that Boogie was told that he has polycythemia, which means he has an elevation of his red blood cells. Now, there is a cancer known as polycythemia vera, which is caused by a mutation in some part of your body that causes an elevation of 3 different levels of things you'll find. One of those is the red blood cell count. However, when Boogie was talking about the polycythemia, he mentioned a couple things that I thought were interesting. The first was that taking an exogenous hormone, TRT, testosterone, that caused an increase in him developing this condition. So taking testosterone will not cause you to develop a cancer. That doesn't, not for this particular cancer, it won't. It will cause you to develop secondary polycythemia. The second thing that he mentioned was that his doctor ordered a sleep study. That's because one of the things that can cause your body to produce more red blood cells is if you have hypoxemia, which is a lower count of, or a low amount of oxygen in your blood for an extended period of time. And the reason why he ordered that sleep study is probably because Boogie either has pulmonary obstructive something, or he has, as he mentioned, sleep apnea. And sleep apnea, which is a decrease in oxygen overnight, can lead to a decrease in oxygen in your blood, which can lead to an increase in the production of red blood cells. All of the things that Boogie described, both the things that cause this and the treatments for it, are consistent with secondary polycythemia. None of these are consistent with cancer. And the fact that he's saying that they've now ordered a biopsy 2 years after. 2 years after.
May I review?
He's not done. He's not done.
Yeah. 2 years ago, you said that you had a cancer diagnosis, but now you just said now they're doing a biopsy to check for cancer.
Confirmation.
Is this house MD? Are we treating a blood cancer without actually confirming it yet? For 2 years, you've been having a cancer treatment without confirming there's actually cancer there?
Because it was in my blood markers, and that's pretty goddamn definitive. You can Google that, Destiny. When you have the hormones, when you have the hormone in the blood that is produced by this cancer, it's pretty goddamn definitive. It doesn't show up for just the sakes of it.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Look, you want to keep saying you're the patient. You know what your body has.
Yes.
When I go to the doctor, they give me like this, which is like papers that will tell me.
I was going to say, Boogie can have this whole thing. Tell me a single document with polycythemia vera on it. You don't have one. I don't think the doctor ever diagnosed you with it.
Can I ask you something, Destiny? Is it possible that when the doctor was seeing him, they were asking you could have polycythemia, if I'm saying it correctly, or polycythemia vera, but you don't have the cancer version. You have this version. Is that possible? I'm asking him. Is it? It could be like a loss of translation type situation.
Yeah. So polycythemia just means you have an elevation of red blood cells. That's all it means. Your red blood cell count is high.
So you could just be fat, and sleep apnea can create that, because I'm both.
Sleep apnea could do it. Yeah. Anything. Sure. Yeah. Like that could cause it. And the fact that Boogie said, we knew that when I was taking TRT, this was a risk of that. That means that risk is to develop secondary polycythemia. That was the risk, and then that is what ended up happening, unfortunately. But it's not cancer. That was induced because of just a low oxygenation of the blood.
So why? Explain to me, Destiny, why there are markers, hormone markers in my blood that have tested positively for polycythemia vera. Explain that.
If there was,
medical papers, dude.
I'm never showing any of these motherfuckers my medical papers. Go f yourself. I said that 2 years ago, and I'm staying by it now. Destiny, Jackson, Clark, Keemstar, you can see it when I fucking die. It's my fucking goddamn medical record. I've given you every goddamn phone call. I've given you every fucking text. I've given you. It's never made a single goddamn thing better. I'm not gonna fucking do it. Go f yourselves.
You could easily end this right now by just showing
I would rather you motherfuckers continue to LARP. I would rather you motherfuckers continue to LARP than to have the last goddamn thing. The last goddamn thing.
You're the one accused of LARPing.
Security I have in the fucking world.
You're the one being accused of LARPing.
The easy thing here is if there are blood markers that definitively confirm polycythemia vera as a blood cancer, then why are they doing a biopsy?
Because I'm insisting on it, because I'm hoping they're wrong.
No, wait. Why would you have to insist on a biopsy if you can confirm with with blood markers? It's because you can't.
I'm hoping that I are wrong. Because I'm hoping
they're wrong. You're hoping they're wrong. Then why 2 years ago were you talking about fighting cancer? Why would you be talking about?
I have been for 2 years, Destiny.
Fighting cancer? How? With what? With blood thinners?
Because
this one's for you.
Because because you treat polycythemia vera almost identically to the way that you treat polycythemia, because you can't attack the cancer directly. All you can do is treat the symptoms, and the symptoms are identical to polycythemia because it's the same fucking thing, with the exception of one's getting caused by an external source and the other's being caused by cancer. And in this case, it's getting caused by cancer, Destiny.
So I do think there are different treatments available for polycythemia vera, and I think that the outcomes for that are significantly worse than just having it induced by some other thing like sleep apnea or hypoxia. But I mean, if you wanted to,
is pretty identical. The treatment plan is pretty identical.
So if there are two huge things. So one, you could show it to a private party and they could confirm, somebody like Keemstar. But two, the issue is that if you want to keep your medical issues to yourself, I think everybody is entitled to that right, obviously.
I should have never talked about it to begin with. This is one of the reasons I was going to do a GoFundMe. This is one of the reasons I was going to do a GoFundMe was because they verify, for the record. They verify. That would be the third party that I would go forward with.
Yeah, so GoFundMe does not do the best verification, as has been proven multiple times in the past. But the issue is that you say that you shouldn't have talked about it, but the fact is that you did. You did the day that you got the diagnosis. You're like, well, I was considering doing this, but I just got my diagnosis today. So you did it instantly.
I sat on it for a while.
Wait, on your tweet, did you not say that I got my diagnosis today and then talk about it?
They told me, they told me in the office that they were worried about it. Then they did the blood tests. Then, yes, I did tweet about it on the day that I got confirmation. But I sat on it for a couple of months before, or for a couple of weeks before talking about it, because it took a while for us to get the blood results back.
So you sat on it when you didn't know the answer? That's not called sitting on it. That's just called waiting for an answer.
He crushed
also, if you were so keen on diagnosing whether you had cancer or not, why would you wait 2 years to get the
followed my Twitter before, but I tend to tweet as it happens. This one I decided to stand on for a little while.
Real-time news, motherfucker.
I don't understand why you're waiting.
Facile cancer diagnosis.
Cancer is pretty serious.
There is no cancer. It's secondary polycythemia. There is no cancer here. There's no proof of it. You can't show anybody proof of it because it's not real. And yeah, I don't know. As somebody that like his mom had cancer, it's just a little bit gross. I feel like when people are talking publicly about fighting cancer and stuff.
The person that faked cancer before, the chick. You know who I'm talking
about. Oh yeah, only had cancer once. Yeah. I remember.
That's vintage.
Emily from RuneScape.
There's so many people that don't know that meme right now.
Can I ask Boogie? Is it possible that you just jumped the gun on releasing your diagnosis thing?
No.
You don't think you
anything is possible? Sure.
I just don't understand why you won't just go grab a piece of paper and just disprove them. Like you
I don't have
all these feelings.
Because they don't have
nothing with those words on it.
And like I said a year ago, when these motherfuckers tried to
hold on.
This is the one last thing I left. You motherfuckers were in my marriage. You guys were in everything else. You're in every aspect of my life. Let me have one goddamn thing.
You're trying to tell me.
Let me have cancer.
I would rather Dexerto lead Boogie lies about cancer than to hand this over to you pieces of shit. That's just. I'd rather do that. I'd rather do that. Go ahead, print it, Dexerto. Go ahead and print it.
Can you get your patient portal up on your phone and like send it to Tommy?
I'm not going to. Sure,
he's never doing that. He does not have a cancer diagnosis. There's 0% chance he has one. Every leading thing for this cancer diagnosis the doctor talked about has to do with secondary polycythemia. The sleep apnea was a contributor to that, and the TRT was a contributor to that.
Oh, except for the hormone markers in my blood. Except we're convenient.
Yeah, but if you had hormone markers for it, that's either a definitive diagnosis, in which case you wouldn't be getting a biopsy 2 years later, or it wasn't definitive, and you would have gotten a biopsy 2 years later instead of saying they're treating you for cancer for 2 years. You just said before that you don't have the money for extra medical stuff. If they don't need that test to confirm cancer, why would you spend extra money on a biopsy you don't need?
Have you heard of this, Destiny? I just got a bit of a windfall. Might have heard about it.
You may have heard of it.
We have.
What's a windfall?
He did a $10,000 crypto scam, using partly his cancer thing as an excuse for why he needed to scam his fans.
I wanted to join real quick because you just got caught lying about me to CoffeeZilla. All right, and now you're being confronted. And now you're being confronted on one of the biggest lies on internet history.
I don't consider.
Sure, go ahead.
And you won't prove it.
No.
You won't prove it.
I'd rather you go ahead and print it.
If this is true, and you lied about cancer, this is the biggest scandal on the fucking internet.
And it's not, but go ahead and print it anyway. Go ahead and print it anyway.
Okay, so I guess just to wrap up, because we don't want to take all your guys' time tonight, there just is a couple things, right? So the story as laid out, if you look up secondary polycythemia versus polycythemia vera, all of the leading things that Boogie talks about leading to his condition are consistent with secondary polycythemia, not the mutation that would cause polycythemia vera. The things that Boogie says that his doctor wants him to check for afterwards, like doing a sleep study, are consistent with secondary polycythemia, not primary polycythemia. And the fact that he says that he had the blood markers or something to confirm it 2 years ago, but is now getting a biopsy for secondary confirmation, even though he says he doesn't have the money for medical bills, but I guess now that he does have money, he's going to waste all of it on biopsying things that are already confirmed, or at least confirmed enough that he wanted to talk about it publicly for 2 years ago, and then use it to fundraise the money that he now has so that he can do the biopsy. That I don't even think he's doing, by the way. I don't think he's actually doing that.
So, Destiny, to summarize.
If you wanted to disprove it, all he has to do is show a private party this particular medical thing, and it would be.
To summarize, Destiny, you're basically saying he's kind of unlucky he doesn't have cancer.
I mean, for this particular case, yeah. If Boogie can confirm, that he has polycythemia vera, and he actually has like a doctor confirmation of the blood cancer, I'll throw $5,000 towards his medical treatment. I'll make that personal pledge right now.
Hey, you need the money.
You're not seeing my medical records for 20, not for 50. You're not seeing my medical records.
$5,000.
I said this.
I said this to see the medical records.
Okay, so I just want people to remember in the future then, when Boogie says, I have to do XYZ scam to raise money because my medical bills are hurting so much, he can speak publicly about his medical issues to scam his fans to raise money, but he can't take $5,000 to privately confirm a diagnosis that he already publicly said he has. Doesn't make any sense, but
even I have a fucking limit. Even I have a fucking limit.
What's the limit, though?
It's a bad.
I understand that he, there's a big history of people, I guess, scamming people with cancer, and it's like the worst of the worst. Sure. And you're getting confronted with that right now. When your response to that is,
Go ahead.
I'm not going ahead. I'm just. I'm explaining to you.
Go right the fuck ahead. I don't.
I'm not. I'm not going ahead with anything.
He's speaking to you.
No, I'm saying run with the story. I don't care.
Why we're in this situation is just that.
Why are you being so?
People view this as one of the lowest things.
If you 100% believe you have polycythemia vera, why aren't you just trying to disprove that? Other than them making you look like you're
because 2 years ago,
cancer for
because 2 years ago, I'd rather that. Then the
why would you rather that? That's so stupid.
This is the last thing I have is my medical records.
All right, do you care about
if I hand this over, I've given over literally every goddamn thing.
What if you give it directly to Destiny himself? I mean, Destiny's not going to put your fucking medical records all over the place.
Had he, and you know what? This might have turned out differently had he messaged me the night before. And we had a conversation
yeah. You wouldn't have nagged him for a whole night not to come out.
Why make the whole thing go through, not just the confirmation?
Because I don't know. I have no idea.
All right. Well, hey, thanks a lot, guys.
Take care, Destiny. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Good night, guys.
Yeah, have a pleasant evening.
You too.
All right, listen, Boogie. Look, you got to understand this. All right. Tomorrow, the biggest story in the world is going to be Boogie2988 lied about his cancer.
Good. Let him go.
Okay. Good, and then at some point, you're going to bring out the medical papers and you're going to prove that you do have cancer. Listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying.
No. 0% chance.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen. And then it's going to be too fucking late because everyone's going to think you lied about it.
I ain't never going to do it.
Then you lied.
Never.
Then you lied.
Go right ahead.
Why the fuck would you lie about that?
I didn't. I'm telling you the same thing I told Jackson Clark 2 years ago. Go fuck yourself. It's my medical records. Go fuck yourself.
Lied. You share every aspect of your life. Bro, Boogie, you shared that you fucked hookers. You've done all this embarrassing stuff. You're lying.
Oh, there's plenty of things I haven't shared. There's plenty of things I haven't shared, but go right ahead. Prim, what you got to Prim?
Oh, this is actually so fucking sad, Boogie.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is.
This is like fucking horrible.
It is what it is. And it's so funny because I'm looking at my portal right now.
Show us.
No. You.
Let me put out a scenario. It sounds like the doctor said that you had this, disease or whatever, the high red cell, and then you Googled it, and this is cancer, and you ran with it, and you made the video, and then you found out later that you got the form of it that doesn't have cancer, and you can't fucking set the record straight. That's what it sounds like to me.
It sounds like, I got to be honest.
If that is what happened, then I'm still confused as of right now. Do you understand that? Because the last conversation I had with my doctor, we are ordering these tests, we are ordering these treatments, and I'm going to do them. So why is he asking me to do them?
Saying they wouldn't ask,
why is he asking me to do them otherwise?
Because he's checking to see if you have cancer, but he wouldn't have given you a biopsy if you already had it. That's what Destiny's saying.
Blood markers are there.
Chat, do you understand? One minute. Chat, do you understand what I'm saying? Hold on. Be quiet for a second. Chat, do you understand what I'm saying? The doctor says, hey, Boogie, you have this. Boogie sits there, Googles it up, and sees cancer linked to it, rushes home to fucking make a video and let everyone know he has cancer without fucking figuring out which version of this is, which sounds like...
And that's why they referred me to a blood
sounds like it's not the fucking cancer version. That's what it sounds like.
Then if that's the case, it's a big fucking surprise.
And you've been running with...
Did you feel an obligation, the fact that you shared this publicly? All right, I can understand not showing your medical. He looks certainly Destiny or fans or anybody else or me not entitled to medical records, but you have shared this and used this on a lot of issues, including in private with me. Well, like I'm having a bad cancer day. You've said that; those are words you've used to me. If you've gone to the public with this, don't you have an obligation to put it to rest? A moral obligation.
I would rather go ahead and burn.
That's not the question. Actually, ask the question.
Oh, you're lying. No, why would you rather burn? Why won't you prove it? You're lying. You're fucking. I know you too well.
Same reason I told Jackson.
I know you too well. You're lying. Why, dude?
This is the one fucking thing. This is the one fucking thing I'm keeping to myself. This is the one thing I'm giving myself.
You can say that,
why?
But like, it just makes you look like a liar, and everybody's gonna run like you are a liar.
Good. They already do. They already will.
And I know you too well. I know you too well. I understand why you're doing it. You're thinking like, if I don't confirm that, I know I don't have polycythemia vera, there's always doubt out there. But people are not going to doubt. They're just going to assume.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I delete everything.
Can you answer my question?
But I'm still not going to do it.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to do it or not do it. I'm asking you a moral question. If you shared this with your fans and you've been, don't you have a moral obligation under these particular circumstances? I don't.
Perhaps, and if I do, I am going to. Perhaps, and if I do, then I'm going to ignore that moral obligation here in favor of keeping one last shred of privacy in my life. I shouldn't have shared it to begin with. It was a very stupid decision. I knew no one would give it, including the people that are here. I should have never fucking shared it. It should have stayed a private thing.
Boogie, hear me out.
You can't use it anymore anyway. Whether you
Boogie, just listen to me for a second, right?
Sure.
what my theory is right. I know it is. I know you rushed to make that video thinking you actually had cancer and you found out later you didn't. And you obviously
would be a surprise to me as of the last conversation I had with my doctor.
You're lying. You're lying. I know that's how this played out. I know it did. Let's say that. Let's say you're not lying. All right.
I would have shared it 2 years ago if I was going to share it. I would have sent it to Jackson 2 years ago.
Okay, hear me out. Let's say you're not lying. Your response to all this and nah, you can look at my medical records when I'm dead. Just how you're saying it and how you're talking and how defeated you are. It's like you know that you've been caught.
I came across this particular. I always knew this day would come, that I would either have to choose between showing my medical records to somebody or have the internet say that I fake cancer. And the internet is now going to say I fake cancer because I'm going to stand on the decision I made 2 years ago, which is this is for me. This is the one I would rather go. And this is fine. I'll leave the internet.
That doesn't make no. Who's going to believe that? Tommy, do you believe that? Do you believe that? Medical records are for me. He tells everybody his medical issues. He's over here. I got high blood pressure.
This is one thing I'm going to hold on to. Like it's actually.
Yeah, no one is going to believe that.
It's the worst.
Yeah, I'd rather just go ahead and leave the internet. I mean, I'll be honest with you. And nobody has
you're
to believe it.
guilty. Because you're fucking guilty.
I don't want to leave the internet. It's a great story for Lookout for years to come. This show just got legs.
No,
I'm sorry, Wings. Does he seem guilty to you right now?
He's either guilty or his doctor's doing medical malpractice.
I'm fucking defeated is what I am. I always knew this day would come. And I always knew when I signed
it is a lot more forgivable if you started with this whole thing and found out later you didn't do it. Because Akeem's theory is pretty solid, I think, that you thought, you honestly thought initially.
We are going to have another conversation with my doctor, and if I'm very confused here, I hope he'll clarify, but it won't do me any good anyway.
Would you let somebody
confirm with him once again?
Good with me.
Hey, would you let somebody go film that doctor? So what prison?
No, wait. Let me go, Wings. Let me go, Wings.
I'm not gonna record my fucking doctor, so these sick fucks gonna attack him. Go.
No, we're bringing the doctor on your podcast. The doctor's gonna come on and explain. I'm serious. He's coming out here. Why? Why? You know it's going to help the show. You're the one
I'm
person.
I'm going to lose my family doctor of 10, 12 years.
Get him on the show. I'll all the paperwork. I'll pay him for an appearance. Get that doctor on the fucking show.
That's my fucking doctor. Go.
And I want him on the show to explain your illness.
Absolutely not.
Or we can
Why? Because you're lying.
He's my fucking doctor. Because he's kept me alive for over a decade.
I know you too well. You're lying.
Keep it going.
You are fucking lying to all of us. To all the fans.
We could send somebody in.
I'm trying to find the spot on the portal for the record.
We could have Pollard like blur his face out and put a voice changer on it.
That's not going to happen, y'all. Oh, that's absolutely 0%. Number one, he wouldn't consent to it. He knows what I do for a living. He thinks this is bullshit.
Boogie's got cancer. He's got cancer. And I'm his family doctor for 20.
Secondly, I'm not going to ruin my relationship with a doctor who's kept me alive for 12 years.
On the Buffalo trip,
none of them, because I currently have 3, and I'm not going to over any of them. I don't know how to handle a situation like this. The only situation, the two options are let this motherfucker go with what he wants to go with, or prove him wrong. And I'm not going to prove him wrong here, because if I did, I was going to prove it to Jackson Clark 2 years ago. When he asked for it then.
Well, this is a little bit bigger than Jackson Clark. This is Destiny Local Live Drama Alert, and the whole fucking Twitter is popping off.
Jackson Clark is Charlie. Jackson Clark is Charlie.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
It's Charlie. Penguin
I
Zero?
I don't know him.
Penguin Zero? You never heard of that guy?
Moist Critical.
Hold on. I have your best friend on the line. Bear with me.
Sure. Man, I don't want to live on an internet that thinks I would fake cancer. I don't even care to do it.
Well, you have a real option here to end it, you know?
Yeah, you could, and I'm not going to.
I'm not going to.
Guys, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if Metokur is coming. A chat's saying that, but I just checked my DMs. He has not DM'd me, so I don't know if he's going to be here or not. But what I do know is it's over. It's over, Boogie. This is the worst.
Yeah, I know.
You doing the fatty coin isn't the worst. Like you in the hookers, you shooting the gun, none of that even remotely fucking compares to faking cancer. This is
thankfully not something I did, but
this is bad. Boogie, you have to Boogie, like.
My wife has cancer.
I know. Tweet her medical records real quick.
Do you want me to go? You want me to wake her up and see if she can get her medical records faster than you?
No, I would rather she kept.
I bet you she can.
I would rather she kept her medical records private, and that's what I plan to do with mine.
Wings, let him have it. This is bullshit. Let me and Tommy should shut up, and Wings, you should talk to Wings.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what I mean? Because we're just gonna be mean. Wings, talk to this man.
I don't really got nothing to say to him other than like, dude, like if you have the cancer, show it. Why are you walking away from the internet and wanting your last paycheck? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do next week?
Because there's no surviving this anyway. I don't know, man.
You gonna live in the Corolla? Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna live in the Corolla instead of sharing your medical records?
I don't know. I've never known what would happen when you guys decided to pretend I faked cancer. I don't know.
Pretend?
I don't know.
Nobody's pretending.
Nobody
I thought you had cancer.
I mean, like Boogie,
until Destiny came on.
Boogie, even if we're wrong, right? Nobody's pretended everything. Destiny put in a case, a real strong case. Yeah. So nobody's pretended or framed it, manipulated, spun it. Doesn't matter. You can't use that anymore. Go ahead, Keen.
Okay.
I got a question. Why were you not given a second opinion?
Because I trust my doctor pretty goddamn strongly. Also, the entire point of the bone marrow transplant is to get the second opinion.
So if I were to get cancer, I'd get a second opinion. Like it's cancer.
Like everybody would.
Everyone would. That's
There's a doctor in the world that would be offended by that either.
Well, do you understand that it's polycythemia vera? And so it's since it's a 20-year prognosis, we thought we would simply treat the symptoms and simply treat the problem because you can't treat the source.
Well,
if you're going to start a round of chemo, yes, then you would absolutely look for a second diagnosis.
That's weird. I almost remember you saying, I'm going to die any moment. I have cancer, like a lot.
Well, polycythemia vera causes your red blood cell count to spike, which causes your blood to have some sort of diabetic symptoms. And I'm already a pretty big case for stroke or heart attack. So as my doctor explained to me on the day that he told me I had polycythemia vera, there is an increased chance of stroke or heart attack with that particular blood cancer. So it was very important that we did everything we could to reduce my red blood cell count because this was a relentless bitch of a disease and it wasn't going anywhere. And so I needed to do everything I could to treat the symptoms because you cannot treat the disease. At the end of the day, we all know the story the internet's going to run with, and I'm just good.
Well, that's neither here nor there for me. I'm talking to you.
They're running with.
I'm talking to you.
You claim to stay up 3 nights in a row, anxiety ridden, afraid you're going to lose money, afraid you're not going to be able to make your house payment, all this other shit. You don't think, where was that anxiety ridden when you got the cancer diagnosis? I would have looked over those papers like 15 times over on the way home.
You don't think
I would have sat there and probably cried about it.
You don't think I did? You don't think I
can't find a small diagnosis right now?
With Desi? Of course I can. Of course I can.
Well, do it. Don't quit sinking your life.
All right, cool.
Quit digging yourself a fucking grave.
I'll find it, but you'll never fucking see it. I made that decision.
You're digging your grave, man.
Yeah, I know.
So what's going on? I got a DM from Keemstar telling me to check out a clip from Destiny, and then I watched the Destiny clip, and it's saying that that Boogie's faking his cancer.
Yep, that seems to be the narrative.
Okay, so why don't you walk me through why Destiny believes you're faking the cancer?
He doesn't know the difference between polycythemia vera and secondary polycythemia, and he thinks that I've gotten confused between the two, and that somehow I'm so stupid as to. I think that's am I missing something there?
You're missing a big portion.
Jim,
what he's missing is to disprove Destiny's whole claims, and because Destiny made a solid case he didn't have polycythemia vera. All he has to do is show that a diagnosis from a doctor from his patient portal that he has polycythemia vera.
And I'm looking at it right now.
And he refuses to do it.
And Jim, here's my ongoing theory. I think he was diagnosed with this disease or whatever, the non-cancer type, and he rushed to the internet, which he already confirmed. As soon as he was told he had this, he ran and made a video and then found out it's the non-cancer one after he already told the internet he had cancer, because that's what Destiny really hit him on, that Boogie has a certain disease that's not cancer. Now there's a similar name one that is, and Boogie, all he has to do is prove it. He's got the paperwork right in front of him. All he has to do is show the internet that he actually does have this, and he refuses to do it.
Well, and here's the thing, because I did a stream, because I had people saying, "Oh, you're faking cancer, Jim." So I showed my diagnoses and stuff like that. I'm going to guess he's working on a system similar to Epic, which most medical people do. You should be able to go right into diagnoses, and it's going to list everything that a doctor has ever said you had.
Yep, I just read it to him.
Okay, and so it lists the cancer there?
Yes.
Okay, so you could screen cap that and just show it. I mean, that's what I did, and then that would be the end of it.
Absolutely. And I made the decision 2 years ago that I would not do that, and I would rather leave the internet than to give the last shred of fucking privacy I have left.
Well, no, and here's the thing. I understand the privacy argument. You know,
I should have never went public with it.
No. Let me finish. I mean, you can redact information. There's no issue with that. But just show. I mean, it literally is just a page that says patient diagnoses.
Yep.
And then it lists what you have. It doesn't tell you who the doctor is. It doesn't tell you what hospital you go to. It literally just says the disease name.
And I won't be doing that.
But I don't understand why not.
Because he does have cancer. He does have cancer.
Yeah, that's going to be the narrative they'll go with. So that's the
well, no, I mean, I'm legit trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. When I on you for the crypto thing, man, I said I'd take your word that you had cancer. I'd take your word that the medical shit's expensive.
Yep.
So I mean, this seems like
I spent 2 years treating a disease that doesn't exist. These people used to be my friends, and I genuinely would have never believed it would even come to this. And I'm just rather be done, man. I'm good. I'm good.
You're playing this some kind of backstab. I mean, anybody
can
confront.
Not at all.
Nobody's
backstabbed. Do you think I backstabbed you by having Destiny on?
No, not at all.
One of the biggest streamers coming on our show.
I feel like this could have been a private conversation, and I would have shown you, Keem, specifically.
Oh, wait. Okay, how about this?
Yeah.
Instead of playing to the audience, like I get it. I get you've got a podcast going. I get the drama thing. I get all of that, and there's a lot of it getting flung around.
Yeah, I'm not playing to any audience.
No. What I'm saying is, could you screen cap that, and then pick one of these three guys because you've worked with them. Absolutely. And show them, but nobody else, because I'm sure everybody would.
That's something I could do, and I will never do it. Never do it. But between now and when I die, they'll never fucking see it.
Because I don't know, I don't know your relationship.
I'll have it tweeted when I'm dead. Don't worry about that.
But I guess
they'll see when I'm gone.
But if they're giving you this accusation, right? I don't get why it would shut them up immediately, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then nobody else would ever have to see it. You keep your privacy.
Sure would.
I don't understand why you wouldn't be willing. I mean, that just seems weird to me.
I'm good.
They told you that you had this disease. You Googled it, saw it was linked to cancer, and you rushed to make a fucking video that you have cancer. And then you found out later that you don't. But you had to continue the lie.
Yeah, that'll be the story you guys will tell and enjoy.
What do you mean? It's not a story. I know this is how it played out. I know it is.
Is there anybody? Okay, let's say you've got issues with them, right?
Yeah.
Is there anybody?
Seen it? My roommate's seen it.
I mean, aside from somebody that lives with you, like a Coffee Zeller or some neutral.
My most confident people, no.
But I mean, like a neutral third party.
Other than my most confident people that I trust, I would know. No, I'm not. And even in that, I wouldn't do that. I could call Desi in here right now, and she would. And I won't even do that. I won't even do that. No, thank you. I'm good.
I mean, it looks bad. Good. You understand that? It looks terrible.
Yes, I know. I'm good.
Can I ask you? I mean, when you got the diagnosis, how did they diagnose you? Can you say that at least?
Yes, we did a blood test, which we do every 3 months or 6 months regularly. They saw that my red blood cell counts were up. We had a conversation about that. I didn't think too terribly much about it. He said he wanted to check for blood markers for polycythemia vera. They look for a specific hormone in the blood that is produced. They found it. He called me and let me know that they found it, that means I have polycythemia vera and that we were going to treat it, but the treatment plan doesn't change very much because you cannot treat the cancer directly, so you have to treat the symptoms. And so for the last 2 years, we've been doing that. And one of the things I would like to do is because there is a chance that those blood markers are being brought on from another reason, even though it's invasive and expensive and pretty pointless, I was going to go ahead and push for the bone marrow biopsy, because I would very much, now that I have a girlfriend and somebody that I love in my life, I would very much like for them to be wrong. And it's like a 1 in 1,000 shot, but I thought I would take it.
So I had a growth on the top of my head. It looked like a Port of wine stain. Nobody really gave it much thought. You go and get some steroids. It's some, we don't know what it is. And for like a year, it was just flat, no issues. And then it started like wildly growing. And the doctor's like, shit, I don't know what this is. You should go into dermatology. So I go into dermatology, and the guy's like, oh, we gotta fucking biopsy this thing. We gotta take a look at this shit. So they do the biopsy. They're like, we've got to set it in for cell staining. On top of that, we're gonna do blood work and a PET scan. And then they also ordered a bone biopsy too. And did all that, and it took like a week, and I got everything back. And then they're like, conclusively, you have lymphoma. I mean, that's what's going on. That's a tumor.
After you got the conclusive, have you had biopsies since for separate reasons, or to double check since you were diagnosed?
Yeah. So basically, what happened was I got the diagnosis right after the initial biopsy. They set up some blood work, a PET scan, and then they did the bone biopsy just to see if it had spread. And then from that point onward, I didn't need extra biopsies. What they would do is they just do PET scan imaging, because it'll make cancer light up in your body, like any areas or like any autoimmune stuff. But yeah, it took like a week, and it was definitive. It was cut and dry. It was like, this is what you have. This is what we're seeing under the microscope.
Yep.
Like just with the crypto shit, man. I mean, there were so many fucking lies related to that.
Sure.
And you came off terribly with that.
Yeah,
so now you've got Destiny. You've got Destiny making these accusations.
Yeah, if I tweet this tomorrow, it's not going to change anything. I'm just done. It doesn't.
It would make everybody. It would make everybody look like an asshole.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It would make everybody on this fucking stream look like the world's biggest assholes for doubting you.
They'll pick it apart, then they'll say I'm lying again. They'll say the proof isn't enough. The web portal's not enough. Now I want a fucking medical record. Now I need to see a list.
What about your peers?
Not going to do it. Not going to do it.
I would straight up apologize.
We don't work
to you
together
for
anymore.
doubting you.
Yeah, we don't work together anymore. We're good. We're good.
What do you mean we don't work together?
I'm leaving the internet. I'm good.
No, you're not.
We know
you
too well.
This is what doesn't make sense to me. If you're in the right, if these assholes are persecuting you and you have cancer,
would you want to sit in here with these people for two nights a week? Because I don't.
I don't know. What are you paying? What are you paying, Keem? What are you paying?
He's getting paid to pay his mortgage from this show. He's manipulating right now.
I'll take his mortgage. Fire his ass. I'll take his mortgage.
Yeah, get on the
fucking show.
Yeah, it'd be fun. That's a good replacement. I'm proud of that. That's a very good replacement, Jim.
But why would you leave? I don't understand. If you're in the right, if you have cancer, if they're the assholes, if you could make them look like and make money, why would you leave the internet?
Here's the screenshot of it right here. I just took the screenshot of it right here.
I gotta be honest.
Then send it to one of them and shut them the fuck up, and then you'll never have to listen to it again.
No.
I gotta be honest. We do need Metokur on here, because we actually do need a host with cancer.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude,
so you're saying you're gonna walk away. No more YouTube, Twitter, any of that.
Yeah.
But
this is too much, man. This is too much.
But why? Why? Aside from this, if you walk away from the show, but why?
This is too much, man.
Dude, the problem is it's taken so long for you to even get that screenshot. By the time you send us the screenshot, people are going to be like, "Well, he made it."
Yeah, the damage already done.
He made a fake screenshot at that time.
Exactly. There is no way out of it. It's already over.
I'm going to FaceTime. I guess Desi's phone, and then show me on FaceTime right now.
No.
On your phone.
No. There is no. Oh, I've already been offered $10,000 plus a free trip to Disney World, and the answer is
well, nobody likes Disney World. $10,000.
I love Disney World.
It was 5,000.
It's up to 15,000 total.
15 grand. You can do it.
No.
He's going to pay you $15,000 to look like an asshole in front of his entire audience, and you're saying no.
Yep. This is too much, man. I don't know if you guys can understand.
I can completely understand. I went through 2 years of people like Mersh saying I was faking it.
Yeah.
And so I did a stream. And sold a ton of hats laughing at him showing medical records. You've got the opportunity to do the exact same thing right now on his home turf.
No, I'm good.
This makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it probably doesn't.
Hey, don't you want to take care of Desi?
Yeah, I'm going. I promise you, I plan to.
Is this the
I
way
promise you, I plan to.
Yeah,
I promise
how
you.
How are you going to do that if you're not on the internet and just running away? Like you can't have it both ways.
You'll see.
Okay. What are we going to see? You're going to go like cut tickets at the local movie theater?
Some ordinary gamers will also put $10,000 towards it.
Jesus
Make it 100. Make it $1 million.
If you have cancer, if you prove
that this is bullshit. No. You got 25K sitting on the table. There's something going on here.
Yeah, the something is, man. I'm just exhausted. I'm done.
You just did a crypto scam to make money because you said you're worried about cash. They're offering $25K.
Yeah, I thought
you
that
get
was...
to shit on them. You get to shit on them
yeah,
in the process.
Yeah, things that might have changed. Drama Alert already tweeted that I faked cancer, so we're good.
No, he didn't. They said that Destiny.
That's even better. Then you make $25K, and he's got to retract it. It looked like the biggest dick on earth.
We're good.
Can Keemstar picking on a cancer patient? Oh my God! Come on.
We're good.
You're lying. It's so obvious. Why? Why would you lie about this?
Because I didn't.
Just tell us the truth. What really happened? Come on.
What really happened was I went to my doctor. He checked my blood count. My hemoglobin, my red blood cell counts were up. We did a second test. We found out that there was the blood marker that tells me that I have polycythemia vera in the test that we did, and we've been treating it for 2 years.
But you haven't confirmed that you have it.
Nope.
Oh, wait. I think we got an answer right there. You haven't confirmed that you have cancer.
Confirmed it with you? No, I have not. No, I will not.
No, not with me. With your doctor. Your doctor hasn't said you 100% have cancer yet, right?
We confirmed it with the blood test. Yes.
That's a yes. He's saying that they confirmed it.
We confirmed it with the blood test. There's no other reason that those hormone markers would be in my blood.
How are you going to financially support yourself?
I don't think I will.
So you're going to go live in the gutter instead of taking $25K to prove these assholes wrong?
Let Desi down.
Oh, no, Desi will be fine. We talked about this all last night.
Desi will be fine back in her parents' house when you're in the car, dude.
Yeah, once Nicholas DiOrio sent me this message, we knew exactly what was coming. And we talked about this at great length last night. I didn't sleep.
How is
talked about this?
Nick DiOrio? Did he have something to do with this too? Then, or what did he say?
Certainly he did. He said, "Do you have secondary polycythemia?" And I said, "No. This is what they diagnosed me of," and I linked it to him. But it was a pretty big sign that there was a group chat going. I told Tommy about it this morning, and I was like, "Yeah, what do we do, Desi?" And we made a decision, and I'm going to stick by that decision.
I am going to spend a bunch of money and have you test it, and then I'm going to tell the internet what you really have. How about that?
No.
Why?
Because I'm good.
You shouldn't be able to go and fucking milk sympathy from the internet, saying you have all these diseases and whatnot, and not prove it. You shouldn't be able to do that.
Okay, well,
that's wrong.
Well, then let that lesson be. If you are ever going to talk about your cancer moving forward, you have to tweet the proof.
That is so wrong. He's been doing this for 2 years.
Let my lesson prove that if you're going to talk about your health problems online, you have to prove it irrevocably.
You know what?
Yes.
Because people like you are going to take advantage of people.
But Boogie, you realize how weird it is to say that with me in the cup. I literally did a stream showing my medical records, my hospital release forms, my medication.
I'm just saying. Let this example be. Know that before you speak about anything you're dealing with, you absolutely will need to prove it beyond the show.
Wait,
whoever you are. I'm not speaking to you, Metokur. I'm speaking like
I know, but when you do like a
a
GoFundMe or when you do something like that, don't they ask for verification for stuff like that?
Yeah. If that's one of the reasons I was joking about doing a GoFundMe yesterday.
Go ahead, Boogie.
Nothing else to say really.
Boogie, you're fucking lying. I'm sick of this. I can't deal with this anymore. It's so abundantly clear. All right, come clean. Come clean. I'm not going to abandon you. You're still going to be on the show, even though you lied about having cancer.
I promise you. I promise you, no matter what happens, I won't be on the show.
I'm not going to kick you off.
You can't.
You know that looks like you're guilty. Like you're just going to run away.
I promise you. I promise you right now. If you lied about having cancer, I'm not going to kick you off.
Why would you? You're in the right place.
This is low-cow live. Like you're low-cow. Like, I'm not kicking you off.
I'm going to stick with the truth because I'm going to stick with the truth. Yeah, I know it's very tempting at this point to lie, and you're trying to bait me to do it. I won't.
No, but
wait. What do you mean lie about what? He wants you
to lie and say, "Oh, I was lying this whole time" or something like that.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
That's what you want, clearly. That's what you want me to do.
No, I want you to either tell the truth that you don't have cancer or prove that you do have cancer. And you keep doing these little subtle side things.
I will tell you the truth.
Hold up.
I will tell you the truth.
Are you or are you not making references to suicide? I've heard them multiple times now.
I'm talking about being done.
No, I know what you're doing,
dude. So if I was going to play with that, if I've ever talked about suicidal, have I ever joked around about it? If I've said it subtly, I said no, I'm going to kill myself. That's what I've said Why would I change that today?
Well, you're not doing that, right?
Not currently.
No, you're not.
Look at me. I'm right here. I'm right here.
All right, good. So
pills are over here. You know.
So let's come clean. Come on.
You want me to come clean? You want me to lie to you?
No, I want you to tell the truth.
Clarify it. Stop putting. You're the one that's misframing.
Up to my knowledge, as of today, of the last conversation I have, we are treating me for polycythemia vera, not secondary polycythemia. That is the truth. Will you get to see my medical records or my fucking web portal? The answer is no. So go ahead and run with the story.
We're not going to get anywhere.
No, you're not.
But okay, so to sum it up, you're not going to take their 25K off, or you won't do like a private thing to show it.
No.
And you're going to leave the show and the internet.
Yes.
And your income revenue.
Yes.
So you're going to be homeless. So the end result of this conversation, what is the plan? Selling magic cards?
Well, no, that involves being on the internet.
Wait, what are you going to Yu-Gi-Oh yourself into a fucking duplex?
He's planning on whoring out his girlfriend with OnlyFans. Or
no, that would involve being on the internet.
I don't know how he does this, but I actually feel sorry for him right now. He does this every time.
How much for the gold play button?
I literally feel bad for you, and I shouldn't, and I do, because it's so fucking pathtic.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, I don't know how he manipulates everyone. He
There's
manipulates
no manipulation
me all
here.
The time.
Either he's either lying, which is terrible, or he's telling the truth and acting like or you're telling the truth and you have cancer, but you're being a stubborn retard.
Yes, it's that one. It's that one. I am going to have one, when I leave this fucking internet, I'm going to have one goddamn thing I kept to myself. One goddamn thing, and that's my goddamn medical records. And I don't want one of you motherfuckers feeling sorry for me. I don't give a
Yeah, you do.
Okay? You hate me as much as you fucking want. But that's I'm taking one goddamn thing with me. And this is a decision I made when Jackson Clark demanded this 2 fucking years ago.
Turn your mic up.
I'm fucking sticking to here.
I don't know who Jackson Clark is.
I don't even know if I'm getting his name right. It's fucking Moist Critical's butt buddy. I don't know.
Why do you keep calling him Jackson Clark?
I don't know his real name. What is it?
I don't know who the that is. No one knows.
I literally don't know who we're talking about.
It's some guy who fucking works with Penguin Zero on his podcast.
Well, they're gonna have to clear it. Yeah, they're gonna have to. They're gonna have it all. They're gonna clear it. Yeah.
I got some bad news for you, Boogie.
Yes, sir.
I just looked at the paperwork.
Yes, sir.
I didn't look at it. I did. Damn it. I wanted to see him sweat, but he said yes, sir. So
there's no sweating.
Guys, I'm going to leave. If you guys want to keep talking about that, that's fine. I'm going to go personally. I just want to say today has been a great day. It's been an amazing stream. And we probably got the best news we've ever gotten on this show. Boogie's cancer-free. See you guys.
What's up, Local Live Nation? Today we got a banger of a show. I have intel that proves Jordy Jordan is fat.